Hi and welcome to a new tech stuff episode on my channel. Today I'm gonna talk about my build of the Tokio X, the 2X version from Flight Club. I'm gonna go through all the components I've built in, and we're gonna start with the frame. There are a few things I really like about this frame. One thing is that the design is super clean. From the outside, you have no open areas where you can see a lot of the electronics. Everything is well protected. And we have, for example, these arm protectors, which are 3D printed parts, which you can put on each arm. All the edges of the carbon are rounded, just to make everything look smoother and more rigid in case of a crash, that carbon edges cannot break as fast as usual. Then we have the flexible FPV cam mount, which make the FPV cam move in case of a crash. So the hit on the cam won't be that hard as if the cam is mounted fixed in another frame. Then we have the mount for the GoPro, which also protects the GoPro pretty well with this frame around the front side of the GoPro, and the Velcro which fixes the GoPro in this frame additional. And the GoPro fits really perfect in this additional piece of the canopy. I was really surprised how well this is made and how good the camera fits inside there. Then the solution for the VTX and the antenna is also great, just because I hope I can make it, you can see it. I can access very well the setup button for my VTX. I can read perfectly the display of my VTX, and there is no special mounting solution needed for the VTX and the antenna. You just have to screw the two components together and everything is fixed. Also, the receiver antennas are solved pretty nice. I just took antenna rods, short piece, to make sure that the antenna cannot hit the propeller or the propeller cannot hit the antenna in case of a crash. Like this, the antenna is perfectly protected. Also, super nice solution. On the lower side, the frame is absolutely flat. What I added are some grip pads from my old Impulse RC 6-inch alien frame from the battery mount, and I just put them on the lower side just to give the battery some additional grip. And I don't like to use Velcro, so to add some grip on the frame itself. That's the reason why I always use some grip pads. That works pretty nice, and like this the battery sits well on the lower side of the frame. Another thing on the lower side of the frame, as you can see, there are almost no screws. So we have the 4 screws for the stack, for the 4-in-1 ESC and the FC, and we have 2 screws to fix the canopy on the bottom plate, and we have 1 single screw for the TPU 3D printed mount for the FPV cam. That's all screws you have. For sure, the motor screws, as you can see, there are 3 screws for each motor. There is no 4th hole because of it makes the frame, the arm, more strength without the 4th hole. And with 3 screws, the motors are fixed well, and I think that will work pretty perfect. The motors are my Racerstar BR2306S. They are okay. They are for sure not the best motors, especially the bearings are not the best ones, but the motors work well. They have enough power, have enough flight time, a maximum on around 3 minutes. Depends on the props I use, 2 minutes 30 to up to 3 minutes. The props I use now are the HQ 5045 polycarbonate durable version. I like the performance of these props. The reason why I use clear props is just because I want to avoid too much distortion on the picture because of spinning props in the DVR footage or even on the high resolution footage from the GoPro. That's why I use, especially on the front side, clear props. The FPV cam I use is a Foxeer RHCP. This cam works super nice. You can go with stock settings on this cam, also flying in forests or on sunlight. It's absolutely no problem. I really love this cam. Super wide angle on the stock lens, which comes with the cam. So perfect solution in my opinion for this frame. The VTX I use is an Eachine TX526. This thing, I use it on 200 milliwatts, and like this it works great. Good picture quality, good range, and the antenna is trusty Foxeer right-handed circular polarized antenna, also for a good range and good picture quality in any situation. Then let's have a closer look at the inside of the frame. As you can see, there are just these two screws you have to unscrew to take off the whole canopy, and the whole stuff comes off. If you want to take it completely apart, you just need to unplug the VTX and take out the two receiver antennas, and then you have the whole canopy of the bottom plate. What we can see inside here is 4-in-1 ESC I use. This is a Sunrise Cicada 35 amps 4-in-1 ESC. In my opinion, this thing works absolutely perfect. A downside is that it has no back, so what you use for your VTX stuff is Pololu step-down regulator. I use a 12-volt regulator with 600 milliamps. This one sits between the 4-in-1 ESC and my FC. The receiver fits perfectly between the electronic stack and my FPV cam. The receiver I use is a modified Futaba fast S-bus receiver. It's the R6303SB. Details about the modifications, you can find them at the link below. And like this, like I had modified it, it fits pretty well in front of my stack and behind my FPV cam. And then we have the FC. This is a Furious FPV Fortini F4 FC. Super well soft mounted solution. I really like it, how it works, how it feels in the air. And I also added a beeper just to get the drone easier back after a crash if I have to search it, for easier recovering. And everything fits absolutely. It's pretty tight, but everything fits well in this kind of setup. And yeah, that's the whole setup I have here. And I'm really happy with this frame. We will see what I think after a few flights, but I'm sure I will like it. Finally, let's check the weight. We go with the frame all included but without battery. We are at 434 grams, and then we add ACEHE battery 1575C 4S, and we will see where we end up. And we are at 613 grams. That's okay, not super lightweight, but I like it if it's not too light, and so I think this is pretty well. You can also take off the arm protectors, then you're down at 600 grams. And also without GoPro you reduce the weight about 75 grams or something. That was it for today. If you liked the video, give me a thumb up, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, happy flying. Bye bye.